besties, welcome to my channel. I'm Maddie if you are new here. Today is gonna actually be a very exciting video. I am gonna be doing the 24-hour read-a-thon. Except I'm gonna be doing it, I saw the raven-haired reader. She split up the 24-hour read-a-thon into two 12-hour days, and I feel like for me this is my first time that I'm going to be reading for that long, so I think I'm going to do it that way. It is Saturday. It is 10:43 right this second, so I am going to start it right at 10:45, and it is Saturday, June 22nd, 12 hours, so 10:43 this evening. I'm going to be doing a bunch of different check-ins. If there's something in a book that I really want to talk about, I'm going to chat with you. I have decided that I'm going to continue on my June TBR that I picked from my little TBR jar that I have a video on me making that, so if you want to go check that out, it's in my videos somewhere. Today I'm going to try and get through all three of these. They're pretty short, so I feel like I can do it. I'm gonna start with this one. This is gonna be my first one of Stars and Tides. I'm very excited for this one. I got it for Christmas and I'm excited to start it. So this is gonna be my first one. And then I'm going to get into this one, and then this one's gonna be my third. And for today, if I still have a lot more time left, then I'm going to pick from my TBR jar and I will fill you in on that when I do that. So, let's get into the first day of the 24-hour read-a-thon. 12 hours. It is now 10:46. 12 hours. Go! So to give you a little bit of information about this book, I'm going to read the inside. Geminis have been outlawed for over a century until her. On the night of Cassie's 21st birthday, she realized a terrifying darkness is lurking inside her, waiting to emerge. When she is taken by a group of zodiac demigods with magical powers, her entire life turns upside down. She learns her rightful place in a deadly prophecy and in the war that could either save them all or destroy them all. Will Cassie be the last hope for the Zodiacs, or will she be their worst nightmare? Hero Stamos is in line to become the next Archon of Archon of the New Orleans arena. He's the perfect soldier, the best demon slayer, and the strongest Leo of them all. But when Cassie comes into his life, she threatens to ruin everything he's worked for, and Hero might just let her. In a rivalry against prophecies, war, love, and darkness, what is the cost of survival? So it's a mix of zodiacs and Greek mythology. I think that's why I saved this book. Two of my favorite things. So alright, I just hit 1 hour basically, and I am 43 pages in, chapter 6. Right off the bat, I love how the chapters start with like names and then it gives like a description. I'm gonna have to look up and see if these are like actually accurate or if they just follow the book. I don't know, so I'm gonna have to look that up. But so far, I'm liking how this is going. Love how she puts a different perspective on the zodiac signs and putting together Greek mythology with the zodiacs and making them into like warriors, fighters, saviors, healers, like all kinds of different things. I've never seen anything quite like this, which is really cool because I like to find new books that involve Greek mythology and set in a different way. So the fact that she's bringing in a new perspective on the zodiac signs themselves is actually really cool. 1 hour down and 11 more to go. So it is almost 6:30 and I'm hitting almost 6 hours. So, or no, over 6 hours, a little over 6 hours. So I'm halfway through. I'm on the last 50 pages and then I'll tell you my thoughts. What? What? 7 o'clock. I just finished it. And boy, do I have some words. Okay, sorry if the lighting's weird. Please explain to me what was going through your head. Oh my gosh, this lighting sucks. Okay. I thought this was gonna be a one book thing. Like, I didn't know it was gonna be a series. Page after page, I was just needing more answers. So many questions were unanswered. And then it started getting to like the last 4 pages, or probably the last 2 chapters. And I'm like, okay, how are we ending this? Because there's so many questions. There's so much I'm not understanding. And then it just hits you on the last page. Now I need the second one. I don't even think it's released yet. I don't even know if she's talked about it. I have no idea. But there needs to be another one. After my ranting, let me tell you a little bit about it. So, Cassie was born a Gemini, and with Gemini, it's two-sided, twins, two-sided. So she has a light side and a dark side, but all Geminis were outlawed. Like, they had to be killed or something, because if their dark side comes out, they can like start a war, and there's prophecy about a Gemini, so they don't want her to live, basically. So the majority of the book was trying to figure out how to get past the prophecy, like try to overcome her darkness and only show her light side, and try to find something that could combat the darkness. There's just so many questions in the end that I have that I'm assuming is going to be in the second book. It better be, because I'm not left with this. You need to read it. Read it. Yep. Okay, now it's time to start All the Tides of Fate by Adeline Grace. And I paused it to do my review, so of course it added a little bit of time. But I am now at a little over 5 hours, and it is 7:13. So I think I have till 12:30. Yeah, about 12:30. So let's see how much I can get into that. I know I want to eat dinner, but I'll probably read while I eat. I'm an hour later. Welcome back. So, funny story. I fell asleep last night. The last time I looked at my phone, it was a little bit less than an hour. But I had gotten to page 162, I think it was. I got to page 162. So, I made up the time this morning though, because I woke up about 7 o'clock. I made up the time and I am on page 182. So we're starting at 182 at 10, it's 10:15 right now. I did want to point out sort of what I've learned throughout the book so far. So, Amora is dealing with a curse that was put on her and Bastane. She lost her magic. He has a curse that has her soul along with her magic. She is on a quest, basically, where only her and one of her other friends, I guess you'd call it, Ferric, where they're trying to find an artifact that they think will help renew her magic back. But she has told everybody else and her mother that she is on a quest to find her suitor because she's a queen and they are expecting her to have a husband and an heir soon. She's trying to find the way to break the curse and she doesn't want to be tied to Bastane anymore. So that's where we're at now. She is in the Carmana. She's on Carmana on a ship. That's where we're at. Yeah. 185 and going further. It just hit 1 hour. And it is 11:36. So, chapter 27, page 254. So, I've done some damage. Look at that. Not much left. I think I have 100 pages left. So, when I'm done with this, I'll probably get some food. And I just finished this. So, I've only read one other pirate book, which is Fable. I haven't even read Namesake, but the basis of this book is that the queen has a curse that she can't use her magic, and her soul, along with her magic, is in someone else, Bastane. He's the male main character. He's like in love with her. She doesn't know what to feel like. So the moral of the story is she has to find the way to break her curse to be able to get her magic back, to be able to rule her land, because her people don't really trust her as the queen right now. They want her to have they want her to get married and have an heir and everything. So she has to, what she's doing she's plotting her way to get an artifact that can in turn help her. Lots of underlying secrets and things that you need to think about. It's definitely a high 3 to 4. Yeah. So we got one more book left of my June TBR, and then if I get through that and I still have time for another book, I'm going to pick one from my jar. So we'll see how far I get along on the other one. This is book 1 of the series, and it's the longest one. When the Fae King Comes for Me. My idea of a good time used to be a rom-com and pint of ice cream. And when a lethal, sexy Fae King kidnaps me, that changes. I'm forced to compete in a deadly competition to become his queen. Now my idea of a good time is surviving the day. The court of starlight and darkness is a gorgeous place, but I can't stay. The Ice King's eyes burn with heat each time he looks at me, and I burn right back. The problem, he's cruel and dangerous. The king has no idea I'm human, and if he finds out, I'm dead. My only choice is to compete until I find a way to escape. I need to survive until the end. My confusion with this is... My cat is scratching at the door. My confusion with this is... How does he not know she's human? So I'll have to learn that. And why does she have to compete to be his queen? You like the window? You like the window? So I just finished chapter 1, and it is a first-person dual point of view. So Sia is the female and Lore is the male, and literally in chapter 1 she gets kidnapped, so I can already tell this is going to be a pretty fast-paced book. Okay, so I've gotten through about a third of it. At the 8-hour mark, it's 2:39, and I don't have a lot of, not bad things. I'm trying not to make it sound like I hate this book or hate the writing, but I don't know. It's just not hitting me right, and I don't know how I feel about the modernized version of this, like, of him. A seer sees that she's needing to be taken, so the king goes and gets her, but he thinks that she's Fae and just hidden. I don't know, I feel like it's going too quickly to really have much meaning. I don't know. I feel like it's trying to be funny, but there's not really much meaning and depth and feeling to it. But I'm gonna finish it. Just don't come at me. Alright, I am hitting the 6-hour mark halfway through, and I just finished this book. It was probably the least favorite of the 3 that I've read. It had a good story, a good plot, but it just felt bland and lackluster and not a whole lot of depth to it. I found it weird bringing in, there was a lot of like Rapunzel, Cinderella, Alice in Wonderland, like the monsters were based off them, and I thought it was a little weird. I don't know. It's also modernized, and I'm not the biggest fan of bringing magic into modern life. Like, I didn't really care for the Cruel Prince, and honestly, I didn't really care for Crescent City. I know that's controversial, but I didn't really like bringing in modern day magic. It just didn't fit right with me, but this was even a little weirder, and I feel really bad because I really wanted to like this, but it just wasn't for me. I I mean, you may like it. You can look at the reviews, but I honestly had like, I thought there was gonna be like spice in this, but there was only like a kiss, and it was for like 10 seconds, and I felt like I was a little deceived from the back. And I don't know. It just wasn't for me, but it might be for you. So I still have 6 hours left. I'm gonna pick my next book from my TBR jar. I don't know how far I get into it because I don't know how big it's gonna be. I'm really kind of hoping for just a regular like contemporary romance or something that I have on this shelf, because I don't know if I even want any more fantasy. So we'll see what I pick. Alright, so my computer, start that over. So my camera just died on me and it's about to die again because I only let it charge for like 5 minutes. So I'm gonna pick one, and whatever this one is, I'm gonna do this one. Alright, what is it? What is it? What is it? Wild Love! Oh, okay, I'm happy about that one. Ah! Focus! Wild Love. Alright, I know I'm not gonna be able to get this done though in 6 hours, so I may only get half of it done, but yeah, I will check back in later. Alright, I am back. I just had dinner because I never ate lunch. I was just reading and reading, so I mean, it was an early dinner. It's like 5 o'clock. So, but I'm back now and I have just over 5 hours left. We will see how much of Wild Love I can get through. Little short synopsis thing, so I'm not going to read the whole thing. Forbes may have labeled Ford Grant the world's hottest billionaire, but all he cares about is escaping the press and opening a record studio in gorgeous town Rose Hill. In a gorgeous small town Rose Hill. Something that comes to a screeching halt when he ends up face to face with a young girl who claims he's her biological father. Now he spends his day balancing business with parenting a sullen 12-year-old, all while trying desperately to keep his hands the hell off his best friend's sister, Rosie Belmont. I honestly had no idea what I was going into with this book, but that's interesting. I've never heard that before. I know this isn't gonna make it into this video because there's no possible way I'm gonna get through a whole lot in this, but I will include what I will read in the next 5 hours. So I'm on the home stretch of 26 minutes left. Look at that. It is 10:10. Focus. Alright, it's 10:10. It's getting late. I think I'm gonna end it here. I know I only have 26 minutes left, but I think I ended at a good stopping point. I ended at page 175 on chapter 18. I definitely read this a lot slower than the other ones because I'm really enjoying this one, and the other ones I kind of just, the last one I definitely just wanted to kind of get that over with because I was dragging. I just want to get rid of it. But I'm definitely loving Wild Love so far, and I definitely want to recommend Of Stars and Tides because that one was really enjoyable. It was a lot of fun. It was an easy read. So I found myself going through it pretty quickly, but because I wanted to keep reading more. It was fast-paced. It was fun. There was always something going on. But I would definitely highly recommend that one. And if you like the pirate theme, I would say The Tides of Fate is a good one, but it's not my favorite, but it's still a good one. And then A Forest of Stars just was not for me. It was a modernized fae magic, and I just could not get into it. But that doesn't mean you won't love it. This concludes the 24-hour read-a-thon because I'm just gonna end it here because I think I stopped at a good point and I am so exhausted. I know 24-hour readathon, it wasn't exactly a 24-hour because I split them up, but I didn't want to kill myself and I wanted to actually enjoy it. This was a lot of fun. We'll see if I do this again. I might do it once a month, we'll see. But hit that like button and hit the subscribe, and I will see y'all next time. Bye!